Today I'll be teaching you how to use Claude Code Desktop. First, let me show you how to install Claude Code Desktop. Now go to cloud.com/download. Now if you're on Windows, you'll see download for Windows. If you're on Mac, then you will see download for Mac. So click it, then you will start to download the Cloud setup to your computer. Next, you open Cloud Setup, and it will start to download and install Cloud Desktop to your computer. So click on Get Started, then you can log in to your Cloud account. So let me show you an example where I'll use Claude Code to build an app. So first, let me create a new folder on my computer. So I'll just call it my first app. Then in the Claude Code Desktop app, make sure you select Code. And then from here, you can select a folder. So I'll click on Select Folder. Then I select the new folder that I created. Then I click on Trust Workspace. And now you can see I've opened this new folder in Claude Code Desktop. From here, I can start using Claude Code Desktop to build my first app. First, you can select which model you want to use. So in the bottom right corner, if you click over here, so there's Sonnet, there's Opus, and there's Fable. Plus, there's Haiku. Now, if you're not sure which model to use, just start with Sonnet first because it is the middle ground. It is good enough for many tasks. So Opus and Fable are more powerful models, but these are more expensive. And if you use these models, you can run out of your usage a lot quicker. So unless you're building something that's more complex and you need a more powerful model, then you will use these models. Otherwise, if you're still not sure yet, just start with Sonnet first. There's also Haiku, which is faster and cheaper. But currently, this is a bit outdated. They haven't updated this in a while, so I'll just go with Sonnet. Next, you can select the effort level for your AI model. So if I click into this, you can choose the effort. There is low, which is faster, and then there's medium, there's high, and then there's extra high, and then there's max, and there's even ultra code. So the higher the effort level, the smarter the AI agent will be because it will take more time to think. But then because it will take more time to think, that means it will be slower, but you'll usually get better results because the AI agent takes more time to think. The quality of the response will generally be better. But when you use a higher effort level, you can run out of your usage a lot faster. So if you're not sure which effort level to use, you can start off with medium effort first. Or if you want, you can start with high. And then from there, if you find that it's not working, if it's not good enough, if the things that you are building is more complex, then you can increase the effort level one by one and you try it out. So in this example, I'll just start off with medium effort level. So when you use a lower effort level, then you can get a lot more usage out of Claude. So now let's build our first app. So I'll just use a very simple example. I'll ask Claude to build a to-do list app where I can add tasks, edit them, or delete them, and mark each task as completed. So it can be as detailed as you want in your very first prompt. Now, what I recommend you is to plan first. So if you go to the bottom left, you can click on this. It will show you the different modes. First, there's manual, which means every time Claude Code wants to create any new files or make any edits or run any commands, it will ask you for permission every single time. So you have to approve everything one by one. So this can be quite tedious and annoying. Next, there's accept edits. So this mode, it will automatically accept any edits from Claude Code. So this is a lot better than manual. You don't have to keep approving every single thing. Now with this, it will still ask you for permissions from time to time. So you will still have to approve it sometimes. Then there's plan mode, which I'll show you in just a second. Now for auto mode, it's kind of like accept edits. It will automatically accept any edits. Plus, it will automatically run any permissions as long as it passes a safety check. So if you don't want to keep approving things one by one, then you can try auto mode, which I'll show you in just a second. Then there's bypass permissions. So with this, Claude Code will have full permissions. So it can do everything. It won't have to ask you for approval. So with this, it can be the most convenient because you won't have to approve anything. But then, of course, this can be the most risky as well because it will bypass all permissions. Now, if you're not sure, just stick to auto mode. Now, before we start anything, we want to start with plan mode first. So I'll select plan. And now let me send this prompt and we'll get Claude Code to plan out this app. So in plan mode, Claude Code may ask you questions on what do you want. So just answer them. If you're not sure, you can just tell Claude that you're not sure and ask it to explain it to you. So it's done. It rolled out the plan on the right. So I can read through the plan, and if it's all good, I can click on Accept and Auto Mode. Then Claude Code will start to create the files. It will start to write the code. Now, if you don't like the plan, you can reject the plan, or you can click on Revise, and then you tell Claude Code what you want to change about the plan. And then you click on Revise, and then it will update the plan accordingly. So for now, let's go back, and I will click on Accept and Auto Mode. So Claude Code will automatically build the app according to the plan. So it's done. If you want to look at the app, they give you the command over here. Otherwise, you can just click on this play button in the top right corner, and it opens the app on the right. So let's test it out. I'll add a task. So let's say do the laundry. I'll add it, and I can mark it as done. From here, you can just continue to tell Claude Code what you want. If, say, I want to add a due date to each task, I can just tell Claude Code to add a due date to each task. So it's done. Let me click on Restart. So now I can add a due date to this app. So let me try it out. Say I have a dentist appointment, and I can select the date over here. Or I could try to add a task, but then I don't set a due date. So it seems to be working well. Now you can see the add button overflows outside of this section, so the design can definitely be improved. So with Claude Code Desktop, we can draw on the app to tell Claude Code exactly what we are talking about. So if I click on this pencil on top, which says Annotate, I can now draw on the app. So I can select this area, and then I can click on Add to Chat to tell Claude Code exactly which part I'm talking about. I can also draw lines. If I click on this, I can draw lines like that. I can click on the square. I can draw a square or rectangles, or I can use a circle, or I can even write text over here. And then I can click on the trash can to clear everything. So I'll just select this area, and I'll click on Add to Chat, and then I'll just tell Claude Code the Add button is overflowing. Fix and improve the UI. So I'll send this, and Claude Code will know exactly what I'm talking about. So it's done, and let's take a look. So now you can see the Add button is not overflowing. Now it looks a bit better. Next, another feature for Claude Code Desktop is you can select an element from your app. Let me show you. So if you go to the top, if you click on this cursor, this arrow, you can then select any element from your app. So let's say I want to change this part. I want to rename this. If I click here, you can see right now it selects this particular element. So now Claude Code knows exactly which part of the app I'm talking about. So there's no confusion. It's a lot simpler. Then I can just tell Claude Code to change the text to my first app. And you can see now this has changed to my first app. So when you're done working on anything, you want to clear the chat. So you can type /clear, then you press enter, it will clear all of the chat. And then now I can move on to the next task. So this way it won't be confused by the previous things we were working on. So for example, if I want Claude to redesign the UI using a bold, creative, high contrast, Neo-Brutalist style, this is not relevant to the previous things where I asked to add a due date or changing the add button. So this is a new thing. That's why I clear the chat. And now I can start fresh, and Claude Code can focus on just working on this task. So it's done. You can see this is quite a huge dramatic change, and now it looks very different. So you can see any change that you want Claude Code to make, you just tell it in simple plain English and it will do it for you.